Here is my back day. I'm going to give you guys some tips and some insights on how I'm training so you can use it for yourself. So make sure to subscribe if you want to see more about what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. So right here we're doing some lat pull downs. Focus on my hands. Look what's on it. They are some straps. In my first few videos I wasn't wearing straps. That is not the best idea. What these are going to do is really just help me to get a better grip on the bar and help me to move more weight and actually focus on my back. If you're not using straps, it's going to really hinder your back progress. The moment I got straps, everything really started to grow and I started to be able to actually control the weight, because if you can't control it, nothing's really going to grow. And that is a staple in how I train and a staple in what I do. That was more of a warm-up set. Some people like to call it a feeder set, to really feed that muscle with some blood, get some blood flowing into the target muscle. Here I am targeting the lats. If you're not rocking back, see, I'm staying very vertical in this pull down. A real vertical pull is going to work more the lats. If you lean back, it's going to work more of the upper back. It's all about how you row it. How you row it is how you grow it. And it's pretty much that simple. With anything when it comes to back, it's all going to depend on your elbow placement. Where are those elbows driving to? And that's going to really dictate what part of the back you're working. You don't have to make back day too complicated. Put some straps on and lead with the elbows. Do not have the biceps do all the work. The moment you feel your biceps burning, you are probably not rowing the weight correctly. And I like starting with lat pull downs simply because lats are a weak point for me. I'm not as wide as I want to be, and to get wider, I'm going to really have to focus on that. So any type of exercises I'm doing, I'm going to try and start with what I need to work on the most. And here we're moving into a chest supported row. This is one of my favorite exercises for that upper back. And again, look at the elbow placement. Look where my elbows are. They're not directly by my sides or touching my obliques. I'm using this angle because I'm not trying to work the lats too much here. The lats are going to get worked, but this is more of an upper back or a rear delt focused type of row. So because my elbows are at this angle, more of like a 45 degree, that's how you're going to target it. Move the elbow, you're going to move what you're really working. Now look at the length I'm getting here. I got to get you guys some other angles on the exercise so you can really see more of it, but I'm laying the back round forward, getting a full stretch all the way to make that upper back really stretch to get the muscles to really work. If you're cutting this exercise short, you're not going to get everything out of it. I see so many people rocking with it, rowing with it, and not getting that stretch. And from the way I see it, you're missing out on all the benefits of the chest support if you're not going to let the upper back stretch. Now here, you're going to say, whoa, Ken, you're doing the same thing. I'm not. Look at the elbows. My elbows are way closer to my obliques or sides here, and that's going to hit more of the lats. And as you can see right here, I wasn't really feeling this exercise. I'm trying to find my way with it. It's a cable row, really trying to target the lats here, but I wasn't really liking it. I wasn't. I'm trying to find my way. When you're starting a new program, you really got to figure out what exercises are working and what exercises are not working. Things are subject to change. I only did a few reps here. I didn't like it. I'm going to try a new attachment and see maybe if I try something else, that's going to work a little bit better. So I got the mag grip here. This is an attachment I like to use from time to time, and I'm just going to try to really just feel it out because I've only been running this program for about maybe 2 or 3 weeks. So everything isn't perfect yet. I'm switching exercises. I'm moving the order of exercise. I'm trying to find what works for my body and what works for me to grow my lats and to actually get wider. And I can look at my form here. I can look at how I'm doing it. I still don't feel that comfortable, and I was done with it. And we're moving on to some regular dumbbell rows. If you think about this, my elbows are pretty much in the same position, and that is still going to work the same thing. Just because I'm lined up differently, think about the pull. Think about how you're pulling. This is the same thing I was doing, and just a different variation of it. And I like this way more. I can actually feel my lats working. I can actually get a good pump. And this is going to be an exercise that I switch out in my program. Like, I'm not going to do cable rows anymore. I didn't feel it. I don't feel like playing with it for 3 more weeks to figure out how I'm going to hit it the right way. This felt perfect from the start. So I'm going to stick with it. Really just got to row back, drive those elbows back to your hips, and keep the shoulders down and don't shrug at the traps. It's gonna be really good. Here's some dumbbell curls, some hammer curls, work on the thickness of the arm of the bicep. These are gonna make your biceps wider, and it's also going to work on your forearms too. No one gets in a lot of forearm work, so I like to throw these in because I know I neglect my forearms. I'll usually switch in the middle of this just to start alternating the arm. So yeah, like I said, we're going to start doing this at the same time, but once my biceps get tired, then I'm going to start doing one arm at a time. If you're doing one arm at a time, it's easier. Two arms at a time, it's a little bit more difficult. So as I fatigue, you'll see I start to do just one arm just to really get the muscle going. And now we're moving on to some reverse Pec Deck. Amazing exercise for the back, amazing exercise for the rear delts. It's really working everything. You can tell by my elbow position, the higher the elbows, you can really see it here, the higher my elbows are, the more I work the upper back, the traps, and the rear delts. The lower my elbows are, the closer my elbows are to my body, the more I work the lats. So keep that in mind. Elbow position is key for anything you're doing with your back. I love this. It's supported, it's a stable exercise, and I'd like to get in a few partials once I get tired to really tire at the rear delts. Your rear delts cannot be big enough. I will say it again for the people in the back. Your rear delts can never be big enough. Hit them, hit them, hit them. It'll make your physique look extremely different once you really start to grow this rear delts. I have been loving this lat exercise. It's a pullover, you know, a straight arm pull down, right? But I'm doing it with a single arm. You know me, if you've been watching my training, muscle imbalances are a thing. If you're doing everything with two arms, you do not know where your body really stands. You have to isolate muscles in a way that make them work unilaterally to see where you're actually at. So when I'm doing this, I feel it way more in my lats. Nothing's taking over. I get to focus, I get to slow down, and I don't know if this is true scientifically, but at least anecdotally, or what I feel from the exercise, I'm getting a better stretch on this than when I do it with two arms. Single arm is way better than this. They say it's more motor unit recruitment. So basically you're targeting your muscles better. And that's kind of why a lot of people love doing single arm stuff. And the workout wasn't too long. We get in, we get out, and we get to work. This is pretty much how my physique is looking right now. Nothing crazy. Working on some posing here. Seeing how my body looks good in different lighting, different angles, really just working on connecting with that muscle. I think posing is good and something that everyone should do just to get a better feel for your body. Can you feel your muscles? If you can contract them, if you can move them without the weight, think about how good you can move weight with your muscles when you're lifting. So the more control you have over your body, I really believe the better you're going to be off. Well, that's the video. Make sure to subscribe for more.